You're checking out the longest running online radio show on the iPower Evening Show. DeMarco J on Pretty Ricky and Stefan Mason.
Good evening, everyone. DeMarco, Ricky, and Stefan. This is Express Your Mind Friday on the IPES. It's time to free your mind during tonight's Express Your Mind. You can talk about anything that's on your mind. It's no secret that I no longer look at Boston as my home, because it doesn't feel like home to me. The city keeps pushing out the people who think outside the box and get out their comfort zone, in my opinion. And once again, I'm not the only one who feels this way regarding cities like Boston, who in my opinion is not made for every black person that was born there growing up. If you're getting screwed by your own community, city, state, almost all of your life by both black and white people. It's no secret on why some people, including African Americans who leave Boston to another city for those reasons, going through this downward spiral with cities like Boston. And even though I'm over the BS and not paying no attention of what's going on in that city, I'm trying to wake up those, especially some within the black communities like in Boston, who are getting screwed left and right year after year with no positive results at the end. I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. And to prove my point of what I'm talking about, here's this brother named J.B. Dixon, who's 42 years old and has been in a long battle mental breakdown and depression living in that city before he moved down to the ATL for a better life. Reading his email, he says, DeMarco and the crew, good evening. Hopefully you'll read my email of the hopelessness that I went through growing up in the city of Boston. And I feel your pain, sir, when you moved to New York to start a better life somewhere else. When I was in Boston 6 years ago, I didn't feel good mentally, going through my depression and in a downward spiral, being ignored, overlooked, hated by white racists, and by my own so-called people who just pick and choose what black people should be down for standing up for black folks in our communities. Well, it's more like talking at black folks than talking to black folks. Meaning these so-called leading blacks and activists ain't trying to have a real conversation with their own people that they secretly self-hate. These are hypocrites that claim that they're for African Americans, if they agree with you, putting it in all captions. See, again, this is all about the straight yeses out there who are for the straight yes and straight I agree. Some black folks in Boston refuse to take no for an answer, nor refuse to take I disagree for an answer. Some black folks just want to be in this echo chamber that Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan cannot think outside the box nor get out their comfort zone. Because the minute you do that, you now have a target on your hands from the black communities that you're no longer wanted in your own city. You're an Uncle Tom, a coon, because I'm a young African American who's thinking on his own, so now I'm your enemy? See, Boston is not only a racist city, but black communities like Mattapan, Dorchester, and Roxbury has this self-hate epidemic mindset that if you say something bad about black people or local artists, then you're a traitor and a sellout to the city of Boston. Wait, hold up. Ain't these the same ones are selling out our own people and turning their backs on the ones in our own communities? Ain't these the ones self-hating their own people because he or she got better talent than what you got or got better knowledge of the city than what you think you already know? See, the fact of the matter is black people, African Americans like here in the ATL, Atlanta, like NYC in New York, like Miami down in Florida, or like Los Angeles, they don't think like black folks in Boston because Boston itself wants to stay in their comfort zone and stay in the box and then turn on those who move out to have a better life, better living, and better opportunities somewhere else. I hate Boston. They did me so wrong and dirty for years. And some blacks that I know who used to live in Boston now living here in the ATL. Hell, I don't blame them at all. Boston. Wow, that was J.B. Dixon, now living in the ATL. My brother, thank you for that email. Now, you see, and I say this so many times on this program, I don't care if you're black or brown. This is my opinion. Boston and Massachusetts itself got no respect for their own local artists nor talent when it comes to hip-hop, R&B, reggaeton, whatever. That's one of the reasons why Jonah Lucas, Guru from Gangstar, Benzino, New Edition, Bobby Brown, BBD, and other talented artists got the F out of Boston. They want to make it. Some already did in another city like NYC, ATL, or LA, and never came back to Boston because they felt disrespected, that their talent is a threat. And I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know, and I don't blame them. All right, what is your take? It's Free Your Mind Friday. Say whatever you want, get it off your chest. It's the EYM. Let's go to the phone lines.
iPower 1 FM. Call and express your mind. Express your mind. Join the conversation now on the iPower Evening Show. Express your mind.
Stacey J, you're next tonight, iPower 1 FM. Go ahead, Stace.
Yo, Stacey J, represent hip-hop.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on there,
Hey,
brother?
what's up there, bruh?
What's on your mind?
Yeah, what y'all think about what Kanye West said? Saying that he wanted to trademark Sunday service for his own benefit.
I think Kanye West is stupid, knowing that the term Sunday service has been around for centuries, long before anybody has ever heard of Kanye West.
Right.
I'm glad they said no to him, because it wouldn't make any sense.
Of course
I
it
mean,
don't make
what?
no sense.
We need Kanye West's permission to use the term Sunday service? Nah, I don't think so.
Have you noticed how people like Kanye want to trademark the term Sunday service and LeBron James want to trademark Taco Tuesday?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
these Negroes got anything better to do than to just trademark something that's been out long before they black asses?
Right.
Kanye and LeBron trying to trademark stuff that wasn't even their idea to begin with.
Hello.
You know how long we've been hearing the term Sunday service? Since I was going to church back in the day. I mean, Kanye and LeBron need to go sit their ass down somewhere.
Robert, you're next tonight, Power 1 FM. Go ahead, Robert.
Wagwan, DeMarco, Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
How you doing,
Hey,
brother?
what's going on,
My
bruh?
Jamaican brother, what's going on? All right, since you talk about Kanye West, let me talk about him a little bit. He was in Jamaica not that long ago.
Correct.
Me want to know what him a do down there. For praise God or sell him something.
Right.
Because me know say black people like to keep off them own people that are use God name for make money.
That's what most black people do, is to use God's name for their own sinful purposes to make money by selling his stuff.
Correct.
Not saying that I will buy his stuff,
No.
which don't interest me, by the way. Now, I'm not against selling what you got. That is good to me. But to use God's name to do it by manipulating those in your flock, praising God, to me, I think that's doing it the wrong way.
Yes.
If it's really about wealth and not about faith.
Clarence, you're next tonight, Power 1 FM. Go ahead, Clarence.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up there, bro?
Clarence, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, knowing that I'm a Celtics fan and the NBA been started, I got a request for y'all next time for y'all on the program.
You talking about Mondays Express Your Mind?
Yeah. Y'all don't gotta answer it right away. We need to know who gonna be in the NBA Finals and who gonna win the 2020 NBA Championship this
I got
NBA
you, Clarence. I got you. Matter of fact, I'm way ahead of you on that, because we are going to talk about that on Mondays Express Your Mind, either before the year is out or into 2020.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Now, y'all don't gotta answer that.
Right.
I'm just putting it out there the next time y'all come on, and I'll give you my answer then. But I can tell y'all this right now. Despite of the Lakers winning, LeBron James and the LA Lakers ain't winning no championship this year.
I agree with you right
Let me
there,
leave it
bro.
at that.
I agree.
I'm out.
That depends if we're on next week.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
stay tuned for that. Lord, Lamont, you're next tonight, Power 1 FM. Go ahead, Lamont. I'm about to bang you.
What
from
you
this
want,
radio
Lamont?
station.
We don't got time for your BS. Say what you have to say.
Don't face me like a man.
What?
You think you know everything about coming on this radio station
Lamont,
talking to
calm down, sir. Calm down,
Lamont,
sir.
Calm
hold
down,
on.
bruh.
Hold on a
Calm
minute.
down.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Lamont. Who you mad at? Why you mad at me? Lamont. Hello. Calm your ass down, sir.
Calm down, you bastard.
Well, if you sick of me, why you keep calling up on this radio show? Why you keep calling up on this radio station?
Lamont, bro, turn off that self-hate mode. Turn it off, sir. Why you hate yourself, sir?
Lamont.
Being black is love. Say this. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. I love black people. I love black people. I love black people, sir. I love black people. I love black people. You should try that for one.
Lamont.
Goodbye, Lamont. Goodbye.
Sir.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, and Happy Kwanzaa. Take some nice woosahs. Take a few walks around the block to rid that anger and that self-hatred of yourself. You wasting our time because you ain't getting your way. Well, that's just the reality, sir.
Right.
We don't have time for your self-hate foolishness.
No.
Take a lot of woosahs this holiday.
Yeah, right.
Goodbye, Lamont.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Kill him with kindness.
Yes, Lord.
JD, you're next tonight, Power 1 FM. Go ahead, JD.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing, my brother?
JD, what's going on,
Hey, what's
brother?
up there, bruh?
Man, let me tell you something. I remember I had issues with this man. He wants to be with everybody because he couldn't get his way.
Right.
Well, like you said, Stefan, that's just the reality.
That's right.
Well, anyways, I want to elaborate on this former police officer going around in the back, creeping inside the window and killing this young black woman. And the reason why this dirty-ass racist cop hasn't answered anybody's question twisting yet is because he's trying to find a way to spin this to make it look like he was the victim. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like how the white former cop in Dallas tried to spin that story to believe that Botham John was a threat and Amber Geiger was the victim.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had the neighbor who was the star witness, Joshua Brown, was murdered by the police. That was a gang-style killing over a drug deal gone bad.
That is
Come
such
on,
BS.
man.
Whatever.
I mean, what black people you know gonna drive their black ass from New Orleans all the way to Dallas, Texas, just for some goddamn weed?
That's what I'm
That
saying.
don't even make any goddamn sense.
No.
There's plenty of weed selling down in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Weed selling everywhere across the country.
Right.
All the Dallas PD did was contact NOLA PD and pick 3 out of the police lineup
Yep.
who have a long criminal record and made them scapegoats to cover up their bullshit.
Right.
And be like, these are the suspects that killed that boy at his crib.
That's a lie.
I mean, the mainstream media may go along with that BS, but come on, we black folks.
Come on.
We see things that the media, 5-0 white people, and Fox News refuse to see.
That's right.
You can't fool many black folks with that bull.
No.
So if they convict this former white officer for killing that young black woman in her own home down in Fort Worth, Texas, is the ex-cop expecting a hug and forgiveness from the victim's family?
Huh.
Oh, and by the way, man, the father passed away of a broken heart. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
that.
I heard, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
sad.
terrible.
Just to add more flame to the fire. Is the judge gonna give their personal Bible to this cop to read after receiving a lot of sentence of 5 to 10 years in prison?
That's what I wanna
That's what
know.
I want to know, man.
Good point, JD. I just want to know for myself, how is Fort Worth Police Department going to try and spend this one to protect one of their own?
Exactly.
Rayshawn, you're next on iPower 1 FM. Go ahead, Rayshawn.
Hey, what up, DeMarco? What up, Ricky? What up, Stefan?
Hey, Rayshawn, how you
My
doing?
Nubian brother, what's going on?
What's up there, bruh?
Yes, my brother. I'm with Clarence on this one. When he said that, we need to talk about who's going to the NFL Finals, who's going to the NBA Finals this year. If you do have that as a topic for Monday, whether for the remainder of this year or next year in 2020, when you come back on, I'll be ready by then to give you my prediction on that, brother.
I will.
Now, I said what I had to say about the police shootings of our people. That's Brother Botham John and Sister Tatiana Jefferson. Let's see how the police department down in Fort Worth will spin this story to make this young sister look like the criminal in this situation and the racist cop as the victim and some kind of a hero to the police force. This is no doubt what white supremacy is on the rise, participating in these militia groups, participating in military action, participating in these war games, just preparing for a war against those they hate in this country. Yes, we have black militant groups. Yes, we have the new Black Panther Party. Yes, we got the gangbangers out here who are ready for war.
Right.
But what about other black people? See, look, I'm not advocating violence.
No.
I'm just asking, is our people prepared to protect themselves when it all goes down? Now I remember my brother, Killer Mike, down in the ATL, said that black people are not ready physically nor financially like our white counterparts.
Right.
Notice how white supremacy are training their young sons and daughters on how to use a handgun, a 45 Magnum, a 9mm, an AK-47, and AR-15, taking them out to the woods and practicing how to kill their enemies under Trump's America. Meanwhile, what are some Negroes doing while all this is going down?
Come on.
We twerking, going on social media, filtering our photos,
Right.
see who's more sexy or more beautiful or thug than that boy or this girl. All this harm we are doing to ourselves physically and mentally and not paying attention while these white militant groups are ready for war.
That's
and
right.
we as black people haven't yet learned how to prepare ourselves when these kind of scary situations that could be going down sooner rather than later. We need to wake up, stay woke, and protect ourselves when it all goes down. Now, I'm not talking about a race war.
No way.
Because that's the furthest thing from my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
All I want is awareness, uplifting, and the protection of our important lives for my people, black people.
Yes, sir.
Happy holidays and
Happy
happy Kwanzaa.
holidays, brother.
Peace, my
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah.
Thanks for your call, Rayshawn.
Take care, brother. Happy Kwanzaa.
Have a safe weekend and happy holidays.
Be safe, bruh.
Up next, reading your text.
Express Your Mind continues right here, right now on the iPower Evening Show.
We got more of the iPower Evening Show coming up in hour 4, plus the email bag. Free your mind as we read your emails tonight, coming up at the bottom of the hour. Meanwhile, we're streaming on our official website, iPower1FM.com or TuneIn.com. Type in keyword iPower1FM to pick up our show.
Incoming message.
Text your mind.
All right, text your mind on to EYM. Free your mind. You can text about anything that's on your mind. Tasha K, 82, from Brooklyn, New York, writes, Kanye West is nothing but a goddamn coon, but promoting that crap, Jesus is king. Yes, I am for my Lord and Savior, but I don't think Kanye know who God is. He's acting like Jesus was some kind of pimp. Exactly, and I didn't listen to his crap. Jesus is king, even though I believe in God. But no, not when you're using his name to rip off people. No.
Exactly.
Tammy J 973 from Paterson, New Jersey writes, what y'all think of Nicki Minaj marrying a sex offender? Hey, to each your own. I'm really not too worried about Nicki Minaj no more. If she wants to go and marry a sex offender, God bless her. That's on her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kenny Ford, 65 from Hartford, Connecticut writes, they need to impeach this president right now, because if the Democrats can't find a way to impeach this racist terrorist in the White House, then he will get reelected. Kenny Ford, brother, like I said before, if we as African Americans do not get up and vote this man out of the White House come November 2020 of next year, then of course Trump will most definitely guaranteed to be reelected.
Oh, you ain't never lied.
Right.
Lady Tika 1987 from Atlanta writes, when are y'all and the iPower crew coming to the ATL? Because we hearing y'all down here.
In due time,
Lady Tika 1987. We still working on that.
Oh, yeah.
Just give us some more time, and we'll be stopping by down in the ATL soon.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Cole from Boston, Massachusetts writes, you and DeMarco and the crew need to stop saying all black people in Boston hate you and your radio station. That's not true. I'm here listening. It's haters out here that like to make up false narratives to destroy black people with intent. Oh, you ain't lying about that, Jalen Cole. First of all, we never said that all black people from Boston hate us. No.
When did we say that?
Right, we never said that.
No.
We never said all black people in Boston hate this radio station. No.
never said
But you're
that.
right, there are black people in Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan. Some who hate this radio station will say that we hate black people, period, in Boston. That's another lie they're telling.
And they've been telling that lie for years when this radio station was in Boston.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Miss Debbie 617 from Roxbury, Massachusetts writes, yes, I heard the email y'all read about that man going through hell in Boston, and now he lives in the ATL. Yes, Boston can be effed up sometimes, but not everybody was made for this city. And I wish him the best of luck down in Atlanta. You right, Miss Debbie 617. Not every black person, African American, who was born and raised in that city for so many years was not made for the city of Boston.
No.
Just like how some people were born in the 5 boroughs of New York City has moved down to the ATL, because New York City was not made for people who were born or raised in New York City.
That's right. Roy Jackson from Baltimore, Maryland writes, my brother Stefan, I'm 72 years old, and you are the man that has motivated me to use my voice to say how I truly feel and not be ashamed nor afraid to say what I have to say against white supremacy in America. That's what you have to do, my brother. If you see something wrong going on in front of your face, like some of these Trump supporters or just white supremacy calling you out your name that could offend you, like the N-word or go back to Africa or anything racist to degrade you or dehumanize you, you got to stand up for your rights. Stand up as a black man, which you are doing, brother.
That's right.
You got to stand up for yourself.
Yep.
And not only defend yourself, defend your race and tell people that, yes, I'm a black man. God made me black.
That's right.
Just because I love black people don't mean I don't love everybody else. For me, I love everybody.
You ain't
black,
lying.
white, red, purple, or green don't make no difference to me.
That's right.
It's the racism, the ignorance, and the self-hatred of our own that I can't stand.
That's Right. it.
Those are the ones that I cannot relate to.
No.
Carmel Rollins from Oakland, California writes, Stefan Hunnit, the only time I listen to this program is on Thursdays because I want to hear your voice for the elderly who want to hear their music. I love my Keeping It Old School and my Time Tunnel Thursday because that's the music I grew up on.
Hey.
Thank you, Carmen Rollins from Oakland, California. I appreciate that, sister. I'm glad you are listening to my voice.
Amen.
Here on my Keeping It Old School. And as for Time Tunnel Thursday, you came to the right place, sister. Because we do play the music that we know, that we grew up on.
Yep.
From the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, to the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Those are our people, our music that we grew up on that had a powerful message for black people across the country.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother, ATL Prince J404 from Atlanta writes, Kanye West done lost his effing mind. I don't even F with this dude, nor his so-called Jesus is King. Don't get me wrong, I been knew who my Lord and Savior Jesus is. But does Kanye know who Jesus is spiritually instead of profiting off his name? That's what I'm talking about, ATL Prince J404. See, Kanye West think we some kind of fool, thinking that he for the Lord, just because you're around some heavy hitters of these mega churches, thinking that God changed you, you're a Christian man, you found God. Well, that's all good and dandy.
Right.
But profiting off the poor using Jesus' name is is wrong in my opinion.
Big time.
And this man now talking about he want to run for president in 2024 after Trump.
please.
Well, Trump might not be there for the last 4 years. Let's hope so on that one.
Yeah,
But
right.
as for Kanye, he needs to sit his Trump-loving black ass down
Exactly.
because he ain't fooling nobody.
Hell
So what's the
no.
moral of the story?
Trust in the real Lord above and not somebody that is selling you trash just to make millions off of you.
Lesson learned. Thanks, Stefan.
Yes, Lord.
Shout outs to IP2 on our YouTube channel. Keyword, iPower One Nation. We'll do this again next time.